Late 1800s and early 1900s, what were most ships made out of?
Wood.
Wood, okay? So they make these wooden ships that have to float. Probably when you put pieces of wood together, what do you have left over? Holes or cracks between the wood. So they had to come up with a way to seal up those cracks. And what they did is use something called naval stores. Naval stores was made from turpentine, and turpentine was made from pine trees. So the sap pine trees. Yellow flies are out. You'll keep an eye out. So, came from sap pine trees. So during the late 1800s, early 1900s, you had turpentine farmers that would go through the forests of the southeast farming the sap from the pine trees. And they would take and cut not just from the trees, from this silty one right here, it looks like just like that, and we refer to those as a cat face. And they would cut, slowly work their way up the tree. And there'd be a hole. They put the nail in. You can see where the nail was right here. There's still a hole there. And they would hang a ceramic pot under it. They'd have a metal funnel that would come down and drip the sap into the ceramic pot. Then they would go around and collect that sap, turn it into turpentine. The turpentine would then be turned into naval stores for waterproofing the ships. Now, about 1920s or so, people went through and clear cut all the forests. So all the old growth trees were cut down, except the cat-faced trees. And the reason they survived is because of the nails. The lumberjacks did not want to mess up their axes and their saws on these nails that were hidden in the trees. So anytime they saw a cat-faced tree, they would skip it and keep going. So this tree was a good-sized tree all the way back in the early 1900s or late 1800s when they farmed it. And it has been here for over 100 years. Yep. You can always tell when you're riding around looking for cat-faced trees. They're kind of like a lot of our other old girls in that they have big bottoms, okay? So if you see this one, you see how it's widened out at the base? The reason it's widened out at the base is because it's got this scar, and like our ladies, it doesn't want that scar to be seen. So it took and grew out and tried to grow in and cover up that scar to hide the fact that it was ever damaged. And that's the reason they have a big base. I think we got another one right over here. So this is another cat-faced tree where the old girl covered up her scar almost completely, hiding it underneath new growth bark over it. So around the early 1900s, by 1920s, everything had gone to steel. Wood ships became unimportant anymore. We quit using them, quit making them. Therefore, this turpentine industry, and they had to find another way to make a living. But anyhow, that is the history of cat-faced trees. Let's get out of here before the yellow flies see this.